I give her all my love.
Hey, run that shit up, Trace.
I came from the streets to the shy, where wicked and evil collide. If it was illegal, we tried ambition to get us a piece of the pie. Had so many demons inside, was dim in the gleam of my eye, killing my innocence. All of my vision, I'm reading the sign and seeing demise. We've been deprived, the basic necessities, that and cocaine, a satanic recipe. Refusing to claim it as destiny, sins of the fatherly children in jeopardy. The family addiction affected me, affliction of prison, the death of me. Not even the thought of my legacy, living in hell, how you hating your pedigree. Been definitely holding the grudge, letting it go cause no hoe is in us. If we don't connect, then you know what it was. One West and no cowards is rolling with us. Steps was all in the mud, feeling the pain like salt in the cut. The blessing is all of these lessons, no question. We taught them in blood, it's all for the love. Yeah. The blessing is all of these lessons, no question. We taught them in blood, it's all for the love. The blessing is all of these lessons, no question. We taught them in blood, it's all for the love. I get an honor to command and Jenna Johanna for being the armor, protecting the message, delivered the Abba, straight from the Father. He gave it to you, ain't making excuse. Though Satan is loose, kept lacing his boots, training and raising the troops, perfecting the method of 7-1 West in the hairs was able to prove. Ain't stressing them niggas that never can step in the stand and state in the truth. My people could never imagine the hardest of winners you lasted. Extending the realest compassion for niggas that should have been fitted for caskets. How could you ever ignore the nigga who slept on the floor and was ready for war? Whenever it called, better this weapon is drawn. Election is sure, edging this war, front of projects of the Bronx. Now representing the Lord, the water for blessing us all.
Backstage.
Yeah, nigga. Fake ass nigga.
You ain't no Israelite, bitch, you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about?
If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade just line up. Young nigga named Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK too solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, a hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK too solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All they hoes wanna take my piece. All they niggas wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Shoulda took the time, get a damn no. But I see the starter and I show her. She could never get a priest hoeing. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. Yeah, that sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bit muggin'. I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade just line up. Young nigga named Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK too solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, a hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't nothing to me. Bass up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, that clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you're squirming off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Commanding general get a damn order, but ain't nothing me to damn kill you. I stuck in his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade just line up. Young nigga named Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK too solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, a hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Backstage. Shalom. It's that time again, Israel. It's the Lord's 54th annual Passover in North Carolina.
Y'all know what we do. Y'all know what we came to do. Huh?
The ISUPK, under Commander General Yohana, will be hosting the Lord's 54th annual Passover in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Convention Center. This is something that you do not want to miss. Make sure that y'all bring the entire family.
Wait till I get with you. If I gotta go to ground, I'ma shut the town down. I ain't about to stop until I hear said down. All you gonna see is a lot of men down.
The Downtown Raleigh Convention Center. For Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Go to isupk.com to purchase your tickets today. $200 per every adult over the age of 17 years old.
We are not the same. No, we not related. I'm not stuck on living. Death is a vacation. My camp undefeated. You cannot debate it. You just want the clout.
The
We just want the
Lord's
grade.
54th annual Passover, April the 1st, is coming down to Raleigh, North Carolina. That's right. Commander General Yohana has done it again. You don't want to miss this. Pull yourself. Pull yourself.
All right. All right, clap it up. One second. All right. This is the ISUPK, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. This is the Monday Brotherhood class. I'm officer of 1,000 because I won. Of course, with me, I got officer of 500. Officer Carr with me, always hold down, the Monday night class with me. So first, we want to go over a few things that's going on in the news today, which is one, I know this is a rising story with our Hispanic brothers and sisters. Of course, we know what tremendous abuse has been going on with them down on the border, trying to get into the safety, or what they believe is the safety of America. And what's happening now is they're being denied entrance into, this land, which was, of course, their fourth parents before the white man, took this land in a bad agreement, in a bad contract. So, of course, now these brothers and sisters are tired of the abuse and the hurt and pain that's going on. Their kids being put in cages down on the border, and as of this morning, they decided to have a surge of brothers and sisters to try to just bum rush their way into America. And this is a big story that's out, because now they're going to play the picture. They're going to try to play the picture of our Hispanic brothers and sisters being criminals and violent people for these things that's going on, when all they're asking to do is to, be capable of coming into a place where they can have some safety. Of course, if you haven't heard the news, there's so much mafia and terroristic acts that's going on down there with these cartels. I work in the automotive industry, and we literally have we have some of our automotive parts where we can't even get them over the border because the cartels is making it where you can't even go in and out of these places. That's how horrible it is. And they're terrorizing the people in Mexico, and our brothers and sisters in Mexico. All they want to do is escape the fright of every day of being able to get some sleep at night without worrying about, being massacred in their own country. And here's the even worse part about it. You ask the Hispanic brothers, and they'll tell you that those cartels is working with the government. They're working with the U.S. government. You understand? Which is so horrible that those cartels, and whether we believe it or not, it happens. It has happened throughout the history of us being in America. There has been mobs and mafias that was in America that those people also work with the U.S. government. This is how these mafias survived, and these mobs survived by putting these government officials on their payroll and these police officers on their payroll, and this is how they were able to terrorize these different communities in those cities. And this is the same exact thing that's happening now that Mexico is being modernized to the same structure of the government being the backbone behind these terroristic acts and these criminal acts, as we had to deal with in the 60s and the 70s with these mobs and Harlem and those mobs, the mob families over there in New York, they were terrorizing the black communities, feeding us with drugs and all. They didn't care about us, just like those same communities in Mexico right now. Those mobs and mob families does not care about those Mexican people, and the only thing they can do right now is try to escape. You understand? Give me that article on it if you could.
Come. Ready, sir?
I'm ready when you are.
This is CNN. Breaking news. A large group of people in Mexico approach a U.S. border entry point in El Paso, Texas, Sunday in an attempt at mass entry into the country.
Of what?
An attempt at mass entry into the country.
Now, why are these people? Why is it so much of an interest for these Hispanic brothers and sisters to get into this country? Because you would think, they got their own land, they have their own place of refuge. So why do they need to come into America? And you have to also realize that the America and its government has manipulated the Mexican governments. So those Mexican governments, those officials, does not work for Mexican people. They work for the white man. It's the same thing that's going on in the Black and Hispanic community with our mayors and our senators and all these Jesse Jacksons and Al Sharptons that set over their people. And the reason they set over their people is because they're being paid to destroy us. It's the same thing that's going on over in Mexico. When they brought Catholicism over there to Mexico, they destroyed them just as well as they did to us when they brought the Baptist Church and the Methodist Church and Pentecostals, and set those leaders as the ones who sit over top of blacks and Hispanics, man. And that's what you got to realize. They're not running from their own people. They're running from the ideology of the white man who's given the authority to so many evil men in Mexico, man, and are doing those people just horrible. You understand? This is why they want to come over into America. Go ahead.
No, Salaga, sir, if I could. So what it's saying is that what it sounds like to me, that they running from one oppression. They think they escaping an oppression from one place, and they running right to the oppression in another place that's responsible for them running from the other place.
That's exactly what's happening. And that is called being insane. You think you're gonna come into America, which I understand. This none of this land is the white man's land. None of it. They've stolen every single piece of it by treachery and deception. None of this land is theirs. So they shouldn't have the authority to tell anybody to come in and out here, especially not the people who were here before they were. This is the part that I don't get. But actually, like, you know what I'm saying, Officer Carr is saying, they're trying to run from one oppression into another one, because guess what's happening when they get to that border? They get put in cages. So you're not getting anywhere by coming to America, but it is their right to be able to have the option to come into another part of the land that their forefathers helped to build and helped to keep functional. We had beautiful plants and grass and buffaloes and so many different animals, man, that thrived in this land before the white man came. And then, of course, what he does so well is he destroys anything he puts his hand on. You understand? We said this last year, the ozone layer, whales are scared of the white man. The king of the jungle, lions are scared of the white man. Right. You got to be one terrorizing monster for air to be scared of you. Air don't even have feelings, man. The ozone layer to be afraid of you, and it has no feelings. That means you are really the wicked and the terrorizer of the earth. But then you go over here and mess with the Afghanistans and Iran and all them and boost them up as being the terrorists of the earth, when everybody knows that you're the terrorists of the earth. Look what's going on down here on the border, man. These brothers and sisters are trying to escape a life of fright every single day, every night that they go to sleep. You understand? They have to fear for their children. And then when they try to run over to the protection of the land of the free, who is it free for? Because they can't even get in. But you threw them what? Thousands of stinking Afghanistans on a plane and flew them right on over here. You understand? And that's what's disgusting about it. That you don't understand, Salakia. You don't understand how horrible America treats blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. Because this same exact thing happened, you understand, over in Afghanistan when the Taliban finally took over the government. Salakia. 1 second. I'm good. Turn it off and turn it back on. Yeah. All right. So, like I was saying, if you can understand how horrible America treats blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, you have Afghanistanians coming over here from looking for the safe haven of America because of the Taliban after they done took over the country. And the Taliban, you gotta remember, at one point in time, the Taliban in America was fighting each other. They were at war with one another. And guess what? And guess what ended up happening? They was more friends to one another to allow America to come in peacefully, send planes over, and lug thousands, hundreds of thousands. Man, it was Afghanistan hanging off the wing of the plane. I don't know how they thought they were gonna be all the way over to the United States on the wing of the plane. You understand? But they were allowed entry into America. They had nothing to do with America. But you have these Hispanic brothers and sisters, man, who's lingering on the border trying to get safety from the terrorism that's going on in their land. And their forefathers put in work for America to be what it is today. They foreparents, and let me tell you something, there's nothing bigger and better and more hardworking than the Isupk brothers and sisters, man. Right. There's not a nation on earth. These brothers and sisters, man, will put in 16 hours of work, go home, drink a beer, go to sleep in 2 hours, and wake back up and be right back at work again. Their work ethic is impeccable. They're the tribe's LeBron James when it comes to putting work in, man. And you mean to tell me that what's the hurt and harm of them coming over and you getting some more Hispanics into the United States? You just get more work done. It's gonna help build your society up. Them Afghanistans didn't do nothing for us. Where they at now? They done opened a quickie mark in every black and Hispanic neighborhood there is. That's what they did. You allowed them to come over and live the American dream, while yet my black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian brothers and sisters does not get that dream. It's a nightmare for us. We in hell. This is pure hell that we in. When they feel like it's a life or death situation where they have to storm the border, they have to storm the border just to get out of a terroristic threat in their own homeland. And you won't even allow it when you know it's happening, because like I said, the American government is the reason it's happening. You understand? Is any more on there?
Come. Causing disruptions along the border, and authorities to erect barricades.
Now, this is the land of the free. Why are we barricading people from coming into the land of the free? We didn't. What should have happened was the Native American Indians should have barricaded y'all from coming into the Americas.
Right.
That's what should have happened. Because if they would have did that, then they would be able to live peacefully in their own land. If they would have did that, we probably still would have been in slavery, because it was the Lord's will for it to happen. But we wouldn't be in slavery here. We'd just be in the islands in Europe. If the Native American Indians just barricade y'all from coming in, that's the things that you get, and y'all gonna go and celebrate Thanksgiving. 2023, y'all gonna celebrate Thanksgiving, and this is the thanks that the Native Americans get. You understand that, the foundation that they laid got stolen and taken from them, and they're on reservations. They own a little piece of land. I talk about this all the time because it's so astonishing. Never been on a Native Indian reservation until I came into the school, but I've been on Native Indian reservations more than enough time now to understand that they're still here. I didn't know that there was still such thing as Native American Indians before I came into the school, and I went on the reservation and saw Native American Indians. They're in the corner somewhere. That's the things they get. That's the Thanksgiving that you celebrate. You understand? And those people are the most peaceful people, man. When I tell you that when we got on a reservation, man, these brothers and sisters, man, food. I ain't never had a taco on fried bread. This was something that was very new to me, but I'm gonna tell you, it was one of the best tacos I ever had in my life. We didn't think it until we hit it to it. It was like, I think we got something new here. Those peaceable people, the first day they ever met us, and they making us something to eat. You understand? Offering strong drink with us. You understand? We sat out there and sang. We had a few Native American brothers that rap. They were out there. Of course, Officer 5000, DA, put his twist on everything. You know what I'm saying? Hit up with a little bit of the Solomonism. You know what I'm saying? Before Solomonism was even here. And it was a glorious time, because when you get together with the Native American Indians, man, you can understand how the white man got over on them, because they're so original. It's so peaceful. They you can tell they didn't come with no bad heart at the white man. Hey, what's the favorite phrase that they play every time that you see a Native American? We come in peace. That's what they always, because they knew that they were peaceable people. And the white man is just the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Go ahead, finish reading.
Khan, the group made a formation and approached the international boundary at El Paso.
They said they made a formation. So they felt like they had to use military tactics to get into the border in El Paso, man. At El Paso, Texas, man. And if you saw the video, I watched the video, and I ain't gonna be able to play the video for you, but I watched the video, man. And they was sending that boy up. What they died? It looked like pure and utter chaos. You understand? I wouldn't be surprised if, and I pray that it didn't happen. I wouldn't be surprised if the oppressors, you know what I'm saying, done killed somebody trying to get into the safe haven, trying to get their kids over the border. You understand? The Hispanics is being treated, man, worse and worse, man. Every time I see a new story, man, it's like, if you can't believe that they one of the 12 tribes, man, you got all these groups talking about the Hispanics ain't part of the 12 tribes. Well, you tell me what their story is different than ours. You tell them what their story is different than the American Indians. You can tell who is family by the way that they history is built. You understand? Who was also put in slavery? Hispanics. Who also put in slavery? The Native American Indians. Native American Indians on the census ballots was not even called Native American Indians. They were called Negroes. So you couldn't differentiate who was who. in real life, what they wanted to do was they wanted to eliminate the whole fact that there was even a race of Native American Indians still. So what they did, because of our skin, so much of had the same sort of complexion of that dark tint, they put us on the census as put Native American Indians on the census as Negroes, and that's found in factual history. Go ahead, Slock.
No, so like what you're saying is so heavy for those groups that's trying to say that they're not part of the 12 tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you didn't do your research
Right.
correctly.
Right.
Because when you look at the old articles and the historical articles and everything with
Mhm.
pictures and stuff, the native Indians, they were darker than us.
Damn
I
right.
mean, like we got the same skin complexion and everything. So the groups that's saying this is only being funded by the oppressor
Damn right.
that don't want us to come together like we supposed to, according to scriptures anyway.
Damn right.
So anytime you give certain people, I'm gonna put it like that,
Mm-hmm.
in the 12 tribes a couple of dollars, they'll sell out. They'll sell out so they can live good and yeah, on the surface it looked like they care about the people, but behind closed doors, they just like any preacher,
Damn right.
Catholic priest or whatever. They, doing some of the most ungodly things,
Right.
To keep their people down just because so they can live, good with their immediate family and things like that, So
Damn
I
right.
just want to speak on that because what you were saying, it was just so right. Because I mean, what are we talking about?
Mhm.
Well, you saying that they're not a part of the 12 tribes chart is helping us get where faster. You tell me that.
Right.
You tell me, and like you brought out earlier, son, if I could,
You good.
who works harder than the so-called Mets?
I don't know nobody who work harder than them as a nation of people.
As a nation of people,
Yeah.
so all this, what it turned into is black people races against black people,
Mm-hmm.
brown people races against brown people. We became races against each other because we trying too hard to love other people that don't give a damn about us.
What you just said was perfect. That's perfect. The only reason we hate each other the way that we do because we love the white man so much.
Right.
You understand? And it just going back in history, the white man's tactics has always been to separate. It's always been the coin phrase "divide and conquer" came from Rome. It came from those oppressors' forefathers who knew that if you separate the people, it's easier to control them. You understand? So how you separate them? You separate them with religion. You understand? You separate them by telling them that blacks and Hispanics and North American Indians ain't the same people. You separate them by classifying them in two different ways. That way they can always think that you can even go to the black neighborhood and we even separate it there. Is the Johnson family on this block versus the Patterson family on the next block. And then
Right.
you go to that block and then it's still separated because now you got the next door neighbors into it with each other.
Right.
And it's just one big ball of confusion. And as long as we don't understand it, if we don't come together, that this is never going to get fixed. How do you fix things? It's just like a toy. If a toy is broken, what do? You put it back together. That's how you fix it. You can't fix nothing by it being separate. And that's the point of Zephaniah 2:1. When gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Don't nobody want this piece and that piece and this piece and that piece. You only better when all the pieces come together.
Right.
You understand? This is why I'm sitting here talking about, the Hispanic brothers and sisters on the border, because they're a piece of this one body. If I don't bring them in, then this body is never going to be we're never going to have a full resurgence of this body. Christ don't want to come for a half a body. He don't want to come for a body with an arm missing. Of course, when the Bible talks about arm and your might, that's your fight. That's your fight. And I'm gonna tell you, there's no better fighters than Hispanics or the blacks. Hell, who do they have in boxing? It's Hispanics and blacks, right?
Right.
You might have one Edomite man slide through the cuffs because he was born in the Slavic mountains and punched ice rocks all his life and come in there and do a little bit of damage. But when you talk about consistency is Blacks, Hispanics run every athletic program there is. You used to have golf and then you let a nigga in. You used to have hockey and then you started letting niggas in. You understand? And I mean, at one point in time, you should start realizing that if you keep giving us that hope, one day, just one day, we might say, you know what? Maybe we can do this holding this place together. And the only way to make sure that we get our portion of heaven is to make sure that you get your portion of hell.
Right.
Until we get out of the hell that you're supposed to have, then we're going to be stuck in this hell, man. We're going to continue to see bodies laid in the streets of the city with nobody picking them up. They just walking past it because we're so used to seeing death of our own people that we can literally walk past a dead body and it will not affect us. This is the destruction that has happened to Blacks and Hispanics, man. And it's going to continue to happen unless you come together. Unless you fight. The same way no justice, no peace for, Tron Martin, you should be saying no justice, no peace for these Hispanic brothers that's on the border that's living a horrible life, man, when they just let 100,000 Afghanistans into America. That's the fight should be happening. Where's that fight at? But the Haitian brothers and sisters tried to get into America and they got denied. Here's the thing. What's the similarities? Similarities is Haitians are Israelites. Hispanics are Israelites. You try to come your black self, just like Jay-Z and Beyonce tried to go over to Cuba and thought they was going to go to Cuba and come back. No. I don't care how much money you get. One thing that we all share is that we have an oppressor that tells us when or where we can do anything that we want to do, no matter how much money you have. You know what I'm saying? And we share that with Blacks, with the Hispanics, and with the Native American Indians, who all come under the umbrella of Haitians and, the Caribbean islands. And all of us have the same fight that we have to fight. And in order for us to win this fight, we all have to realize that we're in the fight together and not fighting it on our own. You understand?
Right.
Any more on that?
Just a little more, sir. Posing a potential threat to make mass entry, Custom Borders Protection said in a statement.
You said to make a what?
Mass entry.
Look, and all they wanted to do was come and get some safety, man. You understand? Like what they paint the picture of our car is these Hispanics is coming in here. They kind of paint the picture that it's the cartels that's coming, that's running. Why would the cartels run? Cartels are territorial. They want to take over land. So you think they're gonna run into the United States and think that they're gonna take some of the United States? That's an idiot concept. The concept is I run like the Sinaloas. Sinaloas, they know that they have this area that has abundance of land where they can grow cocaine and all this. They want the land. They don't want the United States. The United States has been beat up. Y'all took it from the Native American Indians and you put buildings on every piece of vegetation there is in America.
Right.
What can we do with that? Go ahead.
So, like, if I could, what you bringing out is so heavy because it's like this, right? They come on TV and they try to act like they stopping our Mexican brothers and sisters from coming in the country, crime and all that. That's to satisfy Karen and Ken at the gas station. But the reality of it is this. The prominent white people in this country use our brothers and sisters to keep their house clean, to keep their grass cut, to keep their buildings being built, to keep everything, all their creature comforts that they like. They use our brothers and sisters to keep that going.
Damn right.
So it looks good when they come on TV and say one thing because they only trying to appease they people that's not on their level. But come on now, let's be real. I don't see nobody else cutting nobody's grass, keeping no lawns looking nice, keeping flowers and things like that. I don't see nobody else doing this. So it's a shame that we still have to talk about something like this when it's been proven time. All you gotta do is go back and look through our history. Right, it's been proven time and time and time again that the only people that's been keeping this looking like it's doing as far as landscaping wise, is our so-called Mexican brothers and sisters.
Damn right.
Now y'all love to come out and try to act like, oh, crime, and it was crime up in this joint the second that y'all lied and fooled our Native Indian brothers and sisters. Crime showed up on the Mayflower. What are y'all talking about?
Right.
That was the mob.
Damn right.
The mob showed up on the Mayflower and did what they do. Like all you history buffs out there, you read history. Read between the lines. You can read between the lines, but I forgot. You love your job so much that you're gonna keep your mouth closed. You're gonna be like Shaq or Jay-Z. You're gonna shut up because you got a bunch of money. You think you're a part of them, and you know it's disgusting. But thanks be that there's a Most High in heaven that's gonna bring this to an end one day. You know, and man, thanks to the Most High Christ for commanding General Yohana. Because if it weren't for a brother like that to get brothers like us out of certain things that we could be doing, you know, we would make it worse. Right. You know, so everybody the good guy, sir, I guess.
And here's the crazy part about it. This is the American way. I'm gonna tell you what the American way is. The American way is to fund crime, and then once you become criminals, they want the world to see that you don't belong in the space of America. It's just like they did the Taliban. I don't know if a lot of people understood that the Taliban was funded by America. They was funded by America when in the beginning when the Taliban with the whole Iraq thing and Saddam Hussein. So they were funded to do a specific job, and then once the funds had, you know, they did whatever they needed to do. Guess what ended up happening? They started becoming what was known as terrorists, or what's the name they give them now when they like desert gangsters. I forgot. I got the exact name they call them. They call them over there now, not refugees, but you understand what I'm saying. So those people were funded by America. Guess who else was funded by America? Just guess. Those cartels were funded by America. But now they want to make the cartels look like they just horrible people when the agenda was the agenda that you gave to them. You understand? These gangs, do you think that if America really was true to want to get rid of these gangs, don't you think that they can just get rid of them? I don't know why you don't think that a task force can't clear the city of Chicago out in a couple of weeks. If they can go to I know where every gang establishment is. I do. On the south side, at least. I'm pretty sure Carl Carr can tell you about the west side. Now, if we know this, and I guarantee you we have no intel like police does, then why can't the police just get rid of all the gangs right now? Just round everybody up and put them in a cage like they doing the Hispanic brothers on the border. Why not? Because it doesn't benefit them. It doesn't benefit them for the black neighborhood to be good, to have an establishment where it's livable. Then you can't make us into monsters. Now you can put us on the world stage. And the last time they allowed us to be peaceful people, guess what we did? We had the biggest economy in America. They gave us our separate little spot. We was Black Wall Street, which give a hand to Commander Yohana. We are about to go to Raleigh, North Carolina, and we are gonna visit Black Wall Street, the Black Wall Street Museum. You understand? When Black Wall Street was here, Black Wall Street did excellent. It was black business owners, lawyers, doctors, farmers, grocery store owners. You understand? This was something that the white man saw, and he said, "Oh no, hell no, we gotta destroy this." So they did what they do best. They deceivingly create a story so they can go in there and bomb. This was the first time bombs were dropped on the United States, and guess where it was dropped at? It was dropped on black people. The only time in history that you would ever see that there were bombs dropped in America was on black people, because they hated the success of black people on Black Wall Street. They hated the success, so they go and tell a story of a black man who whistled at some white woman in the elevator. When the whole time the brother was messing with the white woman, they was together. And because she got caught by other white men walking around or hugging and kissing with this black man, then she had to tell a story of, yeah, he did this to me. He whistled at me, and they went in and tried to kill everybody in the whole neighborhood. Just like the devil does, man.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead. That was it on that. Give me
because it's a whole article. I know you don't want to.
no, I don't want to go that far. Go give me Jeremiah 30 and 14.
Come on.
And this is what's going on with all blacks, all Hispanics, and all North American Indians. When I say all, I'm putting us in a group. I'm not talking about what Jay-Z has to deal with. You understand? I ain't talking about what, you know what I'm saying, Kanye West. And Kanye West's battle is not a real battle. This man has billions of dollars. Who cares if you lose $500 million? I don't care about your $500 million. They been coming to me anyway.
Right.
You understand? It's a good notion that you're starting to understand that you being used, but then you go back to the same people that are using you, and you replenish your deal with these same news you just got through backlash, and for how many months of a rant that he was going on, you done got kicked out of Clubhouse, you done got scrutinized for all of these things, and then you go right back and make love with these same people who you said was cheating you in your career, who was cheating you when it came to your product. You go right back and make love to them right on again. You just get right back in the bed with them.
Right.
You understand? Read.
Come. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 14. All thy lovers have forgotten thee.
Who is this talking about? Car.
So like it, sir, if I could, when it says all thy lovers have forgotten thee, like everybody that we aim to please that oppress us, the white man, the so-called white man, the East Indian, the Chinese, Koreans, everybody that we run to give our dollar to. Well, when we can't give our dollar to them anymore, they could care less. They could care less. So we seeking love from them, and we think because we transferring, we doing business transactions with them, this make them love us.
So then his art is even more heavy, because if this is the Most High saying that, you know, of course his lovers is the Black, Hispanics, and North American Indians. If we forgot about him, then guess where we at? We somewhere else, right? We giving our love to something else,
right? You
understand? The love that we're giving to the rest of these nations, just like the brother said, Chinese, man, look, black people, man, when it comes to Chinese food, I'm not a big fan. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a big fan. I just don't trust Asians. I don't trust Chinese people. I think whatever I think. I'm not even gonna put that out.
Right.
We love Chinese food. We love African. Oh man, if I see another brother with a dashiki on, I'm like, man, we still in slavery with Africans, and we ain't even in Africa no more. We love the white man. Even though the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, they can show you all these pictures of us being hung on trees, show you all these pictures of us being beat in front of our children being taken away from us. You understand? We can watch all these shows that show the demonic things that the white man has done to us, but yet we'll still hold hand in hand with them. And that's why the Bible says, and I'm paraphrasing, though you hold hand in hand, you know what I'm saying, you gonna get persecuted with the wicked.
Right.
They are the wicked of the earth. I just told you that everything knows that the white man is the devil. Everything. The only people who ain't scared to say this, Isupk of the Commander Ghana.
That's right.
You understand? Y'all scared to say it. Y'all scared to say it because y'all think that y'all one little crumb gonna get taken. Well, let me tell you something. There was another woman in the Bible who realized that she was a dog, and the crumbs was really supposed to go to the white man and not to us. We so small-minded, we think that we supposed to get the crumbs. This is not how the world is built. Most High did not build the world up for us to have the crumbs. We just so used to getting the crumbs. How about want your whole steak now, man? How about want your whole baked potato? You understand? Your piece of garlic bread, man. How about want all this for yourself? and not just what drops on the floor. This is the white man is dropping crumbs on the floor, and we fighting over it. It's like throw some food on the floor, and you got dogs. All your dogs are gonna rush this food. They're gonna fight each other for it. This is the condition we're living in right now. We're fighting over crumbs.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead, read some on that.
Come. They seek thee not.
They what?
They seek thee not.
Why don't they seek him? They don't seek him because what feels better? It feels better to be able to eat pork. It feels better to be able to celebrate Christmas. It's less of a burden. You understand? The one thing about Black Hispanics, man, we've been so beat up for so long that sometimes it's easier to take the easy way out. Sometimes it's easy to just say, you know what? Even I know that it's wrong, I'm gonna celebrate Christmas anyway. Because that way I don't have my family mad at me, my children, man. That's another burden I gotta take on. And with us, it's like family all we got. Well, there's no better quote in the Bible than the one that Christ said. And of course, I'm paraphrasing again, because I don't have it in front of me. He said, who is my brother and who is my mother? You understand? The ones who my mother and my brother is, my family, are the people who follow the law, statutes, and commandments and follow my father like I do.
That's right.
Those are the ones who I consider my family. So if y'all gonna hate me for not celebrating Christmas, well, Lord be with you. I'll see you in the kingdom. We'll see where you at.
Right.
You understand? If you don't want to be my cousin and my sister and brother and all these things, man, because I said I won't eat pork, because I won't eat a piece of meat, man. But if I told you I was a vegetarian, I would still be in good hands. I would be good. But when we tell family members you cannot eat pork, man, they will not be your family no more. They won't be your family no more. If you tell your family you don't celebrate birthdays, no, oh, good night. Don't call them and say happy birthday on their birthday. Y'all not family no more. It's over with. You might well go look for another family. It's right here. Because you got to call me on my birthday. I have no birthday. This is not what we celebrate. Of course, we have days we're born, but you don't celebrate that. You understand? This is like, that's a childish thing to even have to deal with your family members saying, because you ain't coming to the ugly sweater party Christmas, because you ain't paint your face on Halloween and put blood dripping down with a fang and all that. These are all childish things that you shouldn't have to deal with. So I understand why Blacks and Hispanics choose to just I'm just gonna go with it, because if I don't, then I'm gonna have to deal with all this. But this is why the Isupk is here, because they build men. They build men who's willing to make a sacrifice.
That's right.
You understand? And like I said earlier, we just pray we see our family members in the kingdom. You can't take them all. You understand? The Lord loves the whole nation of Israel. But guess what's gonna happen? He's gonna destroy people. The Lord is gonna destroy this earth as it is today. And some of us is gonna go with him. Some of us. And it's unfortunate. But if you following the oppressor, and the oppressor deserves death, if you're following him, guess what you're following? You're following him into death. So there's nothing else that we can do about it but pray and say, Lord be with you. You understand? Go ahead.
Come. For I have wounded thee.
For what?
For I have wounded thee.
This is not something, I'm tired of us thinking that it's, of course, the white man was used as a tool, for a whipping stick, as the Bible calls it. He is a whipping stick. He is a tool for punishment to us. But here's the thing: we don't have to be punished. The punishment doesn't have to happen. It's like at one point in time, your father just wished that you would get yourself together so he don't have to whoop you no more.
Right.
You understand? Just get yourself together, come together, do what you need to do. But until then, the Lord is allowing this wicked beast to continue to punish us, man. And we're never going to get out of it. Go ahead.
For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy.
Of what?
Of an enemy.
So you think that is the white man is doing it, but guess who always is in control of everything that happens? In Israel. Y'all think so? This is the biggest. This is one of the biggest analogies that I get from friends, family. Well, if we the chosen people of God, then why are we in the position we in? Because the Lord loves you. I don't know how to make it more simple than that. You think I would punish somebody I didn't care about? You think I would punish? I don't care about nobody else's kids. You think I'm gonna sit over here and lay somebody's kid in my lap and do the work of punishing them? No. My job is to make sure that my children, the people, the ones that I love, obey what I tell them to do. And if they don't obey it, then I turn my face at them and I let the world gobble them up, just like the Lord is doing to us. But if my son or my daughter comes back and say, Salakia, sir, you told me about this and I didn't think it was going to be this bad. But if you allow me the opportunity to come back into the fold and get back right, could I please do that? I'll give you a chance. And that's what the Lord is doing for Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians right now. But instead, we're running to the beast of the field, the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of.
Right.
We running to them for the love. We think they the ones who gonna save us. We think that the one that was created as the punishment tool is the one that's gonna save us from punishment. That means they lose a job. Who's gonna lose a job so you can feel better? Nobody. It's not gonna happen. The white man's not gonna say, you know what? You're right. We've been horrible. We shouldn't have took the land from the Native American Indians, so we'll give that back. Black people, we did hang you, so we're going to reverse. Instead of saying it's a transatlantic migration, we're going to call it what it was. It was slavery, and we did wrong things to you. To you Native American Indians, come on off the reservations. Come get your land back. Hispanics, go get your kids out dates on the borders. You think they're going to do that? Because guess what happens once they show that side of them? They know that they lost their power. Their power is to be the punishment to us. You understand? Go ahead.
Salakia, if I could, sir, what you bringing out is so heavy, because what if they came out and said, you know what? Here are all y'all records.
Mm-hmm.
This who y'all really are. Sorry. I mean, then what? They, like you just said, sir, they would never do that, because the moment they do that, like you just said, it's a wrap. It's over. They doing their job. But you know what gets me with our people?
What's that?
We've been suffering under these people for so long. And this hurts, this breaks my heart. Our people say, well, if it's their job to punish us, then why should we be mad at them? When every time I've got my butt whooped for something I did, which I know I shouldn't be, I still was mad.
Damn right. And not only that, what you're saying is so heavy. There's such thing as punishment and overkill. This is the same. If you one of them people who say that, then I bet not hear you talk about how then why did the police shoot him 16 times instead of 1?
Right.
Because there's such thing as a fair punishment. There's a fair punishment. If a man pulls out a gun, if I can shoot him in the leg and make him drop his gun, that's a fair punishment. It's fair because he pulled a gun out. My life is in danger. I'll shoot. Make sure he's disarmed, and that's punishment he gets. But if a man pulls out a gun, I shoot him once. The gun flies over here, and while he's on the ground, I shoot him 18 times. That's unfair punishment.
Right.
And what we've been getting in America is unfair punishment. Yeah, the punishment is deserving because we didn't follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So, of course, the punishment was given to us. But it was the punishment that we're getting now is just unfair. Everybody else in this whole entire world, but Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians know who they are. They have a land that they can trace themselves back to. Everybody else, Africans can trace Ghanaians, they can go back to Ghana. You understand? Romans can go back to Rome. Germans can go back to Germany. Ukrainians can go to Ukraine. Where can you go, black man? What land was yours? Where's your history at? Your history is right there in the book that's called the Bible.
That's right.
That is your source. And for you idiots who out there who saying, well, the Bible is a white man's book, then show me where there's white people in this book benefiting out of this book, other than the fact that they became a whipping stick for us. That's the only thing they got the benefit off of, and they don't even benefit off that because the Lord knew they was going to kill us, and that's why it says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword, because he knew that they was going to punish us outside of what the punishment was supposed to be. He knew who he was in place. The Lord creates the spirit that goes into people that he uses for his own his own good or his own destruction. It's the same way it said, and I'm paraphrasing again, it said even before Esau and Jacob was even in the womb, Esau was already ordained to be something against Jacob. He was ordained to be an enemy to Jacob. Since Esau and Jacob, the Lord already had a view of why he was putting Esau on earth and why Jacob was on earth. One was going to be his people, and the other one was going to be the one who was used to punish his people whenever those people got out of line and stopped doing what they were supposed to do, which we did a lot of times. You understand? And I just pray we just get this thing together and assemble, because if we don't understand that those Hispanic brothers and sisters that's on that border is our brothers and sisters, the same ones as the ones that's in Chicago, that's in Humboldt Park, in Little Village. You understand? The same brothers that's on the south side versus the west side. Y'all claiming vice lords and GDs. If y'all don't understand that we all the same people and fighting the same punishment, and now we're being used as the whipping stick. We weren't even the ones created to be the whipping stick, but now the white man is so deceptive that he uses us. That way, there's no judgment found on him. Right. How about I just throw a bag of guns in the neighborhood and let them shoot each other up, let them do the job for us? Now they're held not guilty because what they say, no face, no case. You understand?
Right.
Slocky, you had something?
If I could, what you just said was so heavy because, like you said, with the bag of guns in the neighborhood, now here go people that love to try to look like that they more of a decent people than we are. But how wicked is it to take a bag of guns and a bag of drugs and throw them into somebody's neighborhood and watch them destroy each other with that? Like, you tell me what a righteousness is in that. That just proves that you the devil that the Bible speaks of. Right. Because only a wicked man would think that way. Righteous people don't think, let these people destroy each other. Righteous people don't think that way. Right. Only a wicked person will say, well, let's get some drugs and some guns and take it over there and let them destroy each other. Like, you wicked, right in front of our eyes, and we sit up here and we just, for some reason, so I don't know, we think something gonna come good up out of these people, which has been proven time and time again that that's not what the case is. Right. These people. Right. It's just not.
And the funny part about it, what you're saying is they using that to hide their crimes.
Right.
You understand? They making it look like the city of Chicago is so infested with murder of black on black crime that, who cares about the fact that Chicago has one of the most corrupt governments there is in the United States of America, along with New York. Right. You understand? Along with LA and Atlanta and all these big cities, that especially the ones that have black people in them. These are the most corrupt cities of the earth. You understand? But all you hear about is how much gang violence there is, how much black on black crime there is. They don't tell you how the legislation that's being passed in these cities is to totally destroy black people in their neighborhoods. We used to have a YMCA in Chicago. YMCAs are slowly diminishing. I remember where we had these prominent schools, and now they just the Chicago CPS started just shutting down schools. Right. You understand? I just heard on the radio maybe some months back, one of the most prominent what is it called? What is the schools, when Barack came out, he started making all these little schools in Chicago. The charter school, one of the most prominent charter schools in America. It's in America. This charter school had a graduation rate of 98%. 98%. You know how good you have to be to have a 98% success rate? Right. And they wanted to shut it down because the chancellor or the principal or whoever, the superintendent, wherever it was, somebody who was over the school had said some remarks that was unexcusable. Well, why don't you fire the leadership and keep these black and Hispanic brothers and sisters in school learning and being artistic? Because you know why? Because the agenda is against us. They couldn't wait to find a reason to shut down this successful thing, just like they couldn't wait to find a reason to shut down Black Wall Street. Does everything start to come together now? Does it make sense? that every time we're successful, that they find a way to shut us down. Every time we get to a point where we figuring some things out, then they find a way to destroy us, man. And this is something that's happening in every big city. Every big city understands. Philly, good, not like Philadelphia. You know, so much talent, so many, you know, good brothers and sisters that's out there in Philly, man. Some of the best rappers on the face of the earth. But all Philly is infected with is crime and drugs and so much poverty that you would never even know that we had so many good brothers that's in Philly, man.
Right.
You understand? New York and Chicago. So, you know, the agenda is the same everywhere. Once we start realizing that that's the agenda, then maybe we can start working together to fix the agenda and stop waiting for big head Al Sharpton to make some legislation for us.
Right.
Because all he doing is he going back to his wherever mansion he stay at. He's clicking his feet together and laying his huge, gigantic head on a pillow of the finest fur you can probably ever find. You understand? We ain't benefiting off of this. Go ahead.
Khan. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
All thy lovers have forgotten thee.
All the lovers have forgotten the Most High, man. You understand? We were supposed to be in a contract with the Most High, man. And instead, we forsook him for our own belt. You understand? We love the abuse. We like right now we like in an abusive relationship,
right,
that we need to get away from, but we just love him so much. We just love you so much, so we won't leave. We won't try to escape because we think that if we leave, there's no way I can survive without them. There's no way I can eat. No way I can get clothed. There's no way my kids are going to survive without the white man. And this is just totally not true. All right, read.
Khan. They seek thee not, for I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy.
These are absolutely your enemies, man. These are not friends. These are not, look, you can battle me all day long about why we shouldn't be yelling at white people on the corner. But here's the problem with your analogy of us yelling at white people. You see Al Sharpton and Meeks and all these senators and all these governors that's black that goes and yells at white people every single day in that house or that Senate. You don't say anything about them yelling at them. You know why? Because their agenda is the same agenda you want. You want the agenda that don't cause turmoil. You think that us fighting, us arguing back and forth with white people and telling them that they the devil that the Bible speaks of is what? Harming black people? How? I'll tell you who's harming black people. Those brothers came to the Isupk that changed their life, that said, you know what, instead of sticking my brothers up and killing them and fighting them and being a tyrant in my own community, those were the ones who was harming black people. But they decided to change their life. They decided to do something different. They decided to be respectable black men in that community, to put on a cloak of the priests of the Lord, to change what blacks and Hispanics have been dealing with for 400 or 500 years now over in America. Those are ones who you should be happy that are off the street, and they are, by way of Commander Junior Hanna.
That's right.
This is the reason why you don't have that. Look, Chicago can have 500 murders in a year is very that's harsh. That's harsh. But there's brothers in here who could have raised it to 7. You understand? And with the help of Commander Junior Hanna and us being out on the street yelling at white people and getting our boots kissed, we may take another 100 murders off the street.
That's right.
We may take another 100 murders. Give us enough time. And you think that what we doing is wrong? What y'all doing is wrong because y'all being hypocrites because y'all love y'all own oppressor, man. Y'all love to be oppressed. You love oppression, man. You love to be a battered spouse. You love to be someone who gets beat up every single day and then have to wake up fearing for your life, but still say, I love you, just to get the benefits off the person who's over you.
Right.
That's what you love. Read.
Khan. With the chastisement of a cruel one.
Read that again, please.
With the chastisement of a cruel one.
What does it mean to chastise? It means to abuse, man. Chastisement is to abuse. Not even abuse. I won't even say abuse. I would say it's a harsh punishment. You understand? I don't want to say abuse because sometimes you have to chastise your children. It doesn't mean you abuse them. Sometimes the punishment they get is the punishment they deserve.
Right.
But you getting a harsh punishment from who?
A cruel one.
A cruel one, man. You understand? There's a cruel nation that's chastising blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. And you can see that on border right now. All these people want to do is get out of harm's way. I didn't see this build up when the Afghanistan planes came in, man. I didn't see it. Did you see it? I didn't see barricades being put up when Afghans came in on the flight strip. I don't even know where those Afghans at right now. Go ahead.
It's a lie. If I could, I'll tell you what I did see.
What's that?
I did see the Afghans and the Ukrainians ushered right past our Mexican brothers and sisters at the border to be allowed.
Damn right. And that's the point. And that's the point. As much as you think that the white man loves you, man, they put these thinking musty Afghanistans, man. These Afghans, man, these are some of the most disgusting people on earth. Africans. If I see another video on TikTok with these damn Africans eating fufu and dipping in each other's bowls and licking their hands and putting it back in the bowl, man, I don't know how y'all think that y'all Africans. I ain't never finna claim to be one of them. That is a disgusting thing. That is horrible. That is a horrible. I don't even, what is that supposed to symbolize? The love you have? I don't care. Look, my son ain't never putting his hands in my food. My son is not putting his hands in my food. My daughter ain't putting her hands in my food. This is not what that is.
Right.
But then what do you expect from people who eat mosquito meatloaf? I mean, hell, I guess it can get worse than just hands in your food, huh? You understand? So here, go ahead, read some on that.
Come. For the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased.
He said, because for the multitude of the iniquity of blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, our iniquities increase. You understand? What we've done wrong, it continues to increase. We continue to hate each other. We continue to sin and eat shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster, and celebrate Christmas. Our iniquities is increasing. You understand? Because we love these bastards, man. This is why our iniquities is increasing. Not because we don't know who we are. It's because we don't want to know who we are.
Right.
We accept being comfortable. And one thing, you understand, and I'm going to tell you, this is me and Officer DA, when I first got into the truth, this is one thing Officer DA told me, Officer 5000 DA. He said, if you're ever comfortable, then you're not doing the job correctly. Like everything that you do in this school and this truth, you should be doing it for uncomfortability, not comfortability. When you get comfortable, then that means you're doing the same thing. You're doing something that's simple and that's easy. Do something outside the box to wake your people up, man. Do something outside the box to show your people that you mean more to them than the white man does. Because the white man thinks outside the box. Guess how he thinks outside the box? He gives you a link card. You understand? He gives you a what is it called during tax season? He gives you I forgot what they call it. They give you like a stapling or something, like what they give you more money for your children and all these things. Like the white man finds encouraging ways to make you love them. You know what I'm saying? And just like the Bible says, a gift destroys the heart. Go ahead.
Earn income tax credit.
Like an earned income tax credit. The white man knows how to seduce you. You understand? They know how to seduce you. It's easy because all they got to do is give you something you never had with money. A little extra money, and they can seduce you into loving them again. You understand? Like I said, the Bible says a gift destroys the heart. Because what do? They give you something for you to continue to think that they have some love and compassion for you. When they never had love and compassion for you, they had love and compassion for the power to be over you, for the control of you. As long as they control your heart, which the gift does, then they always have control over you. You understand?
Right.
Read some on that.
Verse 15. Why criest thou for thine affliction?
You said what?
Why criest thou for thine affliction?
I remember my mama used to tell me this. Why you crying out? Why you crying now? Because you getting a whooping. You should have cried about it when you was doing what you was doing.
Right.
Why cry now? This is how you know that the Lord, the Lord is a father. He's a parent. He understands what it means for children to be punished. And if you ain't never been told by your parents or by your grandma, a lot of us was raised by grandma. You ain't never been told you're crying now. Why you crying now? You should have been crying when you did what you did. Right. You ain't never heard that. I don't know what to tell you. I guarantee you about 98% of you who've been raised by grandma and mama and daddy has heard that phrase before. Read.
Thy sorrow is incurable.
You said what?
Thy sorrow is incurable.
Why is the sorrow incurable? Because we don't want to fix ourselves. You understand? It just said at the top that we used to be the lovers of the Most High, but now we are the lovers of the white man, the one who corrupts the earth.
Right.
And it's incurable to fix it until we come back into the law, statutes, and commandments. That's always here's how I look at it. AIDS was once incurable, right?
Right.
Cancer was once incurable. You understand? There was multiple illnesses that was once incurable until they found out the cure, right? So they figured it out. Now you finally have blacks and Hispanic men who standing up on the street corner yelling and warning you that there is a cure to fix the illness that blacks and Hispanics are dealing with on a daily basis. And that is coming into school, following law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and becoming one family again, gathering ourselves together, just like the Bible in Zephaniah 2:1 says. You understand? That is the cure. That one thing that was incurable now is curable, thanks to Commander General Yohanan for holding the sword down and keeping this truth going. You understand?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity. Because thy sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee.
They said who?
I have done these things unto thee.
Now, as much as we talk about how the white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of, he is, but he's been given that task. I'm called a superintendent at my job. That's the title given to me. The devil is called, the white man is called the devil. That's his title. He's the deceiver of the earth. That's his job title, is to deceive.
Right.
You understand? So, of course, us, because we so carnal, we think because the police shoots us, the white police shoots us down, the white man's, the white man goes into, the Congress and the Senate every single day and figure out ways how to destroy Black and Hispanic communities. Right. We think that they're the face of what's wrong with us and what's going on, when in all actuality, the Lord said he is the reason for them to even do that.
Right.
You understand? This can all stop. This can all be fixed. The white man ain't as powerful as we think he is. He is not that powerful. Like, have you ever seen a white man try to fight a black man? Have you ever seen one white man go against a black man? It's a ridiculous look. The white man already know he's defeated. He's like, we're not going to do this. That's why they learn how to use weaponry, because they know physically you can't dominate us physically.
Right.
So what you become is a cunning hunter. My Bible has said that he has grown to be. Because if the so-called niggas ever get out of line, guess what's going to happen? They're going to use their cunning huntingmanship to make sure that they don't fail in their direction to try to keep their people alive. Because believe me, if blacks had the same understanding of weaponry as they did, which we won't, because they'll never let us get to that point, we would be more effective than they are. The thing about it is we have no direction. You understand? Now the biggest weapon we have is what? The Most High.
Right.
So forget the guns. Forget. If you ain't gonna follow the Most High, then who cares about the guns? Who cares about the food? Who cares about the water? Who cares about clothing? Who cares about any of this? Who cares about brotherhood? Who cares about Commander General Yohanan? None of this is worth it if you're not willing to come back into the Most High's presence and follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Who cares about any of this? if we ain't gonna be a people that does what the Most High told us to do and come together, then we're doing this for nothing. Commander Junior Hunter is holding a sword up for no reason. But let me tell you something. There is a reason. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be in the school. If it wasn't for him, Carl wouldn't be sitting right next to me. If it wasn't for him, it wouldn't be thousands of brothers and sisters who changed their life for the Most High. We became lovers of the Most High again. We reestablished that relationship we had with the Most High and took ourselves out of love of the white man and out of the oppression of the white man. And that's the reason why I'm in this school today, because I want to continue to build that up. Because if I don't, then what Commander Junior Hunter has done is in vain. It's void. It doesn't mean anything. Who cares if the legacy is not passed on? You understand? This is going to be the history of the Isupk, and by the way of Commander Junior Hunter and the heads who he followed before his time. Before our time, is going to be something that I pray goes into a book and is talked about, because just like head priest Arya, Commander Junior Hunter deserves double honor as well for holding this sword for so long and keeping this thing together. You understand? Right. You got anything? Is it any more on that?
Nah, but I think you might want 16 just because of what you just said.
Hit 16 up real quick.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 16. Mm-hmm. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
So all them that devoured us, we just said that they not only were they our punishment, but they devoured us. You understand? They were supposed to give us a whooping. Instead, they cut off our legs and arms.
Right.
You understand? They did an overkill of the punishment. So guess what's gonna happen to them? The same thing that they did to us, times 10 is gonna happen to the so-called oppressor, because they devoured us as a people. They didn't even give us the opportunity to be a people.
Right.
We don't even know who we are. They told us we was Africans, man. But Africans don't even like us.
Right.
This is the funny part about it, though, Car. They tell us we Africans. We believe we Africans, but Africans don't like us. They don't care anything about blacks over in America. But yeah, we walk around here with dashikis on and all this stuff on, and they look at us like these some fools. Right. These some fools, man. What the heck? What are they thinking?
Exactly.
I don't see no Africans sitting over there dressed like us talking about some we African Americans. I don't see that.
Right.
I don't even see Americans dressed like us saying that we African American. I don't see no white man doing that. I don't see. You have Eminem. One thing about Eminem is he kept his culture too. Eminem ain't get braids. He ain't do none of that. He was good old Marshall Mathers when he got on that stage. Exactly. All right, so was it any more on that, or you good to go?
There was a little more. If you wanted just to bring it home.
Yeah, bring it home with you if you could. It's a lot.
Don't sweat, sir. Khan. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
Go ahead.
And all thine adversaries, every one of them.
And what?
Every one of them.
That mean the Africans.
Every one of them.
That mean the Arabs.
Every one of them.
I mean the white man.
Every one of them.
Every single one of the enemies that had something to do with the slavery and the destruction of blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, read,
shall go into captivity.
Shall do what?
Shall go into captivity.
Each and every one of you nations should expect captivity. Every single one of you.
That's right.
And what the best thing you could do is come out to the camp and kiss some boots of the priest, man, because you might get a crumb. But until then, you are going into captivity like the Most High said you are.
That's right.
For the the sins, not the sins, but for the destruction that you have done towards the blacks and Hispanic North American Indian people, man. That is a slap in the face to the Lord. That's why you're going into captivity. You understand?
That's right.
Is there more on that?
Go
ahead.
And they spoil thee shall be.
What does it mean to spoil? What does it mean to spoil you? Spoil thee. Go ahead.
I mean, it's simple, sir. Like when you ruin something.
When something is spoiled, it's ruined. You ever had a rotten egg? That rotten egg is spoiled. It's destroyed. It stinks. It doesn't look good at all, right? This is what it means to spoil. Those that spoiled you, read.
Shall be spoiled.
Shall what?
Shall be spoiled.
Same ones that made you not efficient enough, that made you destroyed and did all these things to you, they're gonna get the same thing done to them. You understand? And it's gonna be righteous because it's gonna be a judgment made by their judgment they made on us. You understand? Read.
Come. And all that prey upon thee will I give for prey.
And all that preyed upon us, which of course, every black man that got killed by a white police officer for doing absolutely nothing. Every single mob that ran up on the Emmett Tills in Black Wall Street for us doing absolutely nothing. Y'all making us pray in that day that affected your whole nation. I don't know if you know that or not, but this is the most I said that what you've done to us, it affected you as a whole nation, and you're gonna have our prey. You're gonna be laid out in front of us as our prey, according to the Most High. Read.
Man, we'll sit on that.
That's it.
Come.
All right, man. Again, this is the ISUPK started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. This is the Monday night Brotherhood class. I'm with Officer 500, Carr, myself, Officer 1000, Kazawan. That's my time, Israel Shalom.
Shalom. It's that time again, Israel. It's the Lord's 54th annual Passover in North Carolina.
Y'all know what we do. Y'all know what we came to do. Huh?
The ISUPK under Commander General Yohana will be hosting the Lord's 54th annual Passover in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Convention Center. This is something that you do not want to miss. Make sure that y'all bring the entire family. The Downtown Raleigh Convention Center. For blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Go to isupk.com to purchase your tickets today. $200 per every adult over the age of 17 years old.
We are not the same. No, we not related. I'm not stuck on living. Death is a vacation. My camp undefeated. You cannot debate it. You just want the clout.
The
We just want the
Lord's
grade.
54th annual Passover, April the 1st, is coming down to Raleigh, North Carolina. That's right. Commander General Yohana has done it again. You don't want to miss this. Pull yourself.